Ugh. Ever wake up and your neck's so stiff it feels like it's in a vice?
Oh, tell me about it. I think we all been there.
Right. So today, we're ditching the pain pills and diving into acupressure for torticollis.
Stiff neck, for those of us who don't speak doctor.
Exactly. And joining us, as always, is our expert here to walk us through it. So no more masking the pain. We're going straight to the source this time, right?
Absolutely. Traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM, has a very different approach.
Okay, so lay it on us. How does TCM fix a crick in the neck?
It's not really about fixing as much as restoring balance. TCM talks about this vital energy, qi, flowing through pathways in our body. They call them meridians. When these get blocked, it's like a traffic jam.
And that traffic jam equals pain.
You got it. Stiffness, aches, you name it. Could be stress, muscle strain, even things like wind or cold, messing with that energy flow. That's where acupressure comes in.
Right, applying pressure to specific points. No needles involved, thankfully.
Exactly. Think of it as a gentle nudge to get that qi flowing smoothly again.
So where do we start poking?
Our source talks about several points, many on the painful side of your neck. We're talking about the triple energizer meridian, basically your body's main energy highway.
Okay, so we got to keep that highway clear.
100%. There's a point, TE10, near your elbow, in that little dip below the crease, palm up.
That's a long way from my neck.
Right. But that's TCM. It's all connected. TE10 dispels wind, which, stick with me here.
Because wind means something totally different in TCM, right?
Exactly. It's an external force that can get in and disrupt your energy. Think about how being out in a cold wind makes your muscles tense up.
Okay, I'm feeling a chill just thinking about it. So TE10 gets that energy moving again. What about points closer to the neck itself?
Oh, there are a bunch. SI16 on the small intestine meridian.
Now, even I know the small intestine isn't in my neck.
Right. But this meridian, it starts in your hand, runs up your arm, over your shoulder, along your neck.
Wow, our bodies really are wild. So where's SI16 on this map?
It's just behind your jawbone, about an inch below your earlobe. You'll feel a little hollow there.
So pretty intuitive being so close to the neck.
Exactly. It's key for regulating the flow of qi and blood.
Blood, okay. Another TCM essential.
Think of it as removing the blockage right at the source of your stiff neck.
So SI16, it's like clearing the roadblock right where the traffic jam is. Now, you mentioned using points on both sides, not just the painful side.
Right, yeah. So those points we talked about, they're like the heavy hitters for the side where you're feeling it, but using them on both sides helps with overall balance, keeps that energy flowing.
Gotta love a holistic approach.
Right.
Speaking of, our source says these points, they're not just for stiff necks, headaches, shoulder tension, even stress.
It's all connected, right? That's TCM for you. Your body's not just a bunch of separate parts, it's a whole system.
So one pressure point could actually help with multiple things.
Exactly. Restore harmony to the whole system instead of just chasing symptoms.
Makes a lot of sense. Now, the source kind of breezed over different types of acupressure. Tendinomuscular, something about meridians. Got any more on that?
Yeah, so think of it as different strategies depending on what kind of stiffness we're dealing with. Tendinomuscular, that's all about the muscles and tendons themselves. Good for acute stuff. You know, you slept wrong, bam, stiff neck.
Targeting the tightness directly.
Yep. Distal meridian techniques, now those use points further away from the problem area.
Like how that elbow point helps our neck.
Exactly. More about stimulating your body's own healing response.
Yeah.
Good for more chronic stuff. Then there's primary meridian techniques. That's points along the meridian that's most related to, in this case, the neck. More for long-term issues.
So how do you know which one to use?
That's where a professional comes in. Someone who can figure out what's going on with you specifically. Always a good idea.
Our source actually mentions this guy, Eric Duchesne, naturopathic doctor, been doing this for ages. He's even got a whole course on acupressure, right?
Yeah, over 160 treatment suggestions, all kinds of pain.
Wow. So for our listeners who are like, I need to learn more, this sounds like the place to go. So for everyone listening who's like, my neck hurts right now, what are the big takeaways here from all this acupressure stuff?
Well, first off, you don't have to just live with the pain, right? You've got options besides popping pills. Acupressure, it's been around forever.
Yeah, and you can do it yourself. You don't need fancy equipment or a TCM degree.
Exactly. Just a little know-how about those pressure points goes a long way.
Yeah.
Of course, always check with your doctor, make sure it's right for you.
Absolutely. We're all about giving you the info, not telling you to ditch your doctor. Now, before we wrap things up, got a little food for thought for everyone, something to ponder. What's your gut?
Okay, so we talked about using acupressure when you've got a stiff neck, right? But what about, preventative care?
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
Could stimulating those points regularly, even when you feel fine, actually prevent those energy blocks from happening in the first place?
Now that's interesting. An ounce of prevention.
Right. And that really gets to the heart of TCM, right? It's all about taking care of yourself proactively, keeping that balance so you don't get out of whack to begin with.
There you have it, folks. A little acupressure to chew on.
Hmm.
We always say, do your own research. Try it out for yourself. See if this ancient stuff can bring a little more balance into your life. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your health. Until next time, take care of yourselves.